Hail friends, welcome to the channel. Bob here. Welcome to another P99 video on green. So the first part of this video, if you didn't manage to get yourself bound at the pots before the option was removed, just fast forward or cover your ears because this might be annoying. But I've found them game changing, really, to a point where I'm glad that the option was available on P99. I think it should have been. You know, try and keep it as classic as possible. That's always my my reasoning. It's a shame there probably wasn't a bit more information available for people before Kunark release. I guess you could have done your... I guess people could have done the research to find out. I mean, it seems as though you can only bind yourself there. So I tried to help a couple of friends get there to get bound, but I couldn't bind them, and we didn't realise until afterwards that until we'd gotten there that you can only bind yourself. So you need to get to binding level, which I guess is 12 for casters, for ink casters, and 14 for wisdom casters. Or if you can get the super rare item that binds you, I think you can do it as a melee or tank as well. But I kind of felt it's game changing, and I just thought I'd show you an example of that. As I said, if you haven't managed to do it, you might find, oh yeah, thanks Bob, great. So just skip forward. But I'll gate and see what happens. I mean, I might die. I've got no idea if Fader Dar is there, but we'll go and check it out. I haven't really done a huge amount on Everquest since the previous video, even though I said that I'm right back into it. I've kind of been a bit sicker than normal, so that's had an effect. But also, I kind of feel that I really have fallen into that kind of like filthy casual bracket. I think before I was a casual hardcore or solo hardcore, whereas like back in, a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, where I'll kind of be playing every day for quite a long time, but I wasn't raiding or in a guild or anything like that. But now I really feel that at the moment anyway, like my mentality is very much of the fallen into the fairly casual kind of frame of mind. Which you can do perfectly well. I do feel that, I don't know actually. I guess it depends how you look at it. I know that I've spoken to you guys. I've spoken to some of you before in game quite a lot. And I know that there are people out there who play that way all the time, and they're happy to log in when they've got their time, and that's fine. That's kind of how it works for them, and they enjoy it. And I kind of enjoy that as well. But I do also have this. Have this more kind of competitive edge where I feel that if I'm not making progress, often, then I kind of lose interest a bit. So the completely casual, filthy casual type thing doesn't really always work for me particularly well, because I do get into this frame of mind where if I'm not making progress, I kind of lose a bit of interest, I have to be honest. And then I kind of stop playing. But I think that's... Oh, hang on, I probably should have... ouch. Yeah, I probably should have leved myself there. But there you go, not a problem. Yeah, so I do get that frame of mind where I think I get more competitive. Well, I get competitive sometimes, and then I kind of stop playing because I don't feel like I'm putting the time in to make progress, which is kind of counterintuitive, because then you don't make any progress at all by not logging in, But there you go, that's the psychology of gaming, or the psychology of MMOs, as it were. But I do feel more in a casual vein now. I should have checked which one is that's Freeport. That one is the Barbarian City. I'm just trying to see which one is... I'm going to click the wrong one here. Is it this one? I'm not sure. I'm just going to have a quick look. Hang on, I'll be back. Hello, welcome back. So I probably should have known by the symbol really, but this is the Failwith one. I think. Although the water is... I can hear water. That doesn't sound right. Is that... That's not... Oh, here we go. Yeah, North Failwith. Here we go. So, yeah, so... Logged in this morning. I thought to myself, I want to go visit my bank. Just do some banking. Chuck some stuff in. Change up my coin. And then head off to Kunark. And because of the pots, it's literally as easy as this. I've gated... If I hadn't have sat there chatting, I could have been in Failwith here in a matter of seconds, you know. And that's the power of the pots, and you can see why it was so. You can see why it was so. Why it was so powerful. It's super duper. I'm not quite sure why my windows have gone everywhere. Sometimes it kind of remembers your. I'm not quite sure how to have it. I always carry 100 plat with me, even though I don't actually need to do any porting anymore. I think I've got a couple of... Actually, no, let's not do that. Because I think I've got a couple of things to sell. I think I've got a couple of fine steel weapons to sell somewhere. So we'll do that. All of my windows have got all higgledy-piggledy this morning for some reason. Let's sell those for some dosh. Oh, hello. The hell. Okay. Fire steel dagger. Sold all the stuff. There we go. I do apologise, but you know, it's a video. It's a free video. What do you expect? Professionalism? Not here. Anyway, yeah. So. Next, now I want to go over to Kunark. So I will. This is probably really annoying. You probably think, you know, so pleased with yourself, Bob, aren't you? Well, I kind of am. So, and I'm forcing you to be pleased with me. But yeah, so just port back to the pots. I'm assuming that Fader Dar, if he's up, sees through invis. I actually, for some reason, like when I first looked at the pot thing, I kind of thought that he only roamed around here, and it was a really, really kind of risky kind of thing. But apparently, he, apparently he kind of roams around the zone a bit, so it's not too bad. So. I think this is the Kunark one. I'm invisible. Let's do the Kunark one. And that's it. From Mogok, I've visited Failwith, I've banked, and now I'm in Kunark. That's it. That's pretty much all you needed to do. It's so quick. It's amazing. I mean, if you're not a porter, it's amazing. But I do apologise if you didn't manage to do it. There wasn't. I mean, as far as I'm aware, there wasn't any warning as to what was going to be happening, when it was going to be happening, or not happening, or whatever. So, yeah. But I mean, it's a game changer for someone who doesn't port around. The flexibility of being able to move about. I'm not sure if when Valius comes out they add a pot for that, but I mean, who cares? You know, it's not super important. So yeah, just getting back to the comment what I was talking about before about being casual. Like I kind of logged in this morning and I didn't really know what to do with myself. You know, I in the previous video I did ask for advice on what to go and camp, but I just don't think that's. Well, I know it's not for me anymore. You know, like for instance, I was having a look at the. Someone posted a screenshot of the. I think it was the Circuit of Shadow camp, which is also kind of doubles up as another camp for a great item. And yeah, there's a camp there. I'm assuming there's a list there, and I just can't do that anymore, really. You know, and I must confess, like that has. I understand that's Everquest. That's what it's all about. In the past, you had to go there and just fight for it, essentially. So at least there's a list. So you know, if you didn't want to do that, you might have some chance of getting it. But yeah, it's a thing now. You know, there's there's a list, and if you want to get on the list and you've got the time to invest in it, you can get this stuff. But yeah, it's just, for me, it's not viable. And I must confess, I was really excited before Green came out, but when that kind of realization hit, well, I guess it was kind of on the what's it called, the Dark Elf clicky illusion item. You know, when that I've still got a sale left. I probably need to try and make some of these. When the realization hit that I wasn't going to get that, I think that really dampened my enthusiasm for the game. Let's put that back there. I don't want to lose that. So where are we going? I think what I was going to try and do is head over to Warslick Woods, just to see if I can get a Gracchus to spawn, maybe. Yeah, we'll do that. And I'll kind of carry on waffling about what I was waffling about when we get there. Hello, welcome back to the video. Bob here. And this is like a take two of the video. Sometimes I kind of do videos or bits of videos and then think, I'm not going to put that up. That's been happening quite a lot recently. I don't know if it's like a it's not what's happening in the world type thing, because everyone's in lockdown, but things have not changed for me really. I've always been in lockdown for the last over 6 years now because of ill health. So yeah, but my health's been worse this year, so I do find that obviously has a big effect and drags on your I don't know if I want to kill this dude or not. That kind of drags on you, obviously, affects your mood and stuff. And the part of this, what this video was going to be was quite negative again, as things have been on my videos, I've found recently, if not for some time. A lot of it is kind of genuine concerns about the games, so the Worm videos and stuff like that. But I kind of got here. And I'm at the Goblin camp in Warslick Woods. I thought I'd try and get like a little spawn for Drachnist, for the Drachnist spawn. Try and get an earring. I'm not sure if the totem of the wizened spirits is still in game, but if I can get that for Augur, that'd be great as well. And it was funny because on my way here, I was looking around Warslick Woods. I was looking around Giant Fort. I was in Dark Elf form. It was night time, so everything was really like atmospheric, and there was loads of immersion. I was thinking, oh yeah, this is what it's all about. But then as I was approaching the camp, like, my mood got more and more sort of like, I'm going to have to get there and deal with camps and people running around just killing stuff, and people arguing about camps and getting all sort of like, crappy about it and whatnot. But actually, like, a positive story. I got here and Troll Shaman, Backbow, shout out to him, kind of introduced himself and said this is kind of seems to be how it's working at the moment, because I think it's like I think it's FTE here for the Gracchus camp, but I think him and someone else had kind of been camping stuff, and I kind of didn't want to come in and just have you got one? Oh no, I didn't want to just come in and start killing stuff and all that kind of thing. But yeah, he introduced himself, said this is kind of how I've been doing it. He said I'll kind of split what I've been killing with you, and that's essentially what's happened. I kind of got this little bit here. I've only got a small spawn, but then what's that? A Goblin Bracer. Minus 10 charisma. No, thank you. I guess that's maybe for a quest. I've got this little spawn here. I think I've only got 2 chances of a spawn. I don't think this guy is a placeholder, but I think there's 2 here that are. Yeah, and I thought you get a lot of people talk about, well, I've spoken about it before, about grief and issues in game, but I do feel that a lot of that is generally concentrated around the raid scene, and like turning up here, talking to Backbow, being reasonable about it, seems yeah, was a good experience. I think it was worth recording that. But yeah, I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do today. Where I was going to level or try and get some magical items. I think I kind of like it. The reason I'm re-recording this part of the video, I'm not re-recording. I was in a different a different place when I was recording that bit. But the reason I've kind of decided to do this part of the video again is because it's kind of, I think you can just get caught up in the whole mood of how things are, and everything becomes a bit gloomy, really. And I think it's kind of talking about the things you can do. I think for me, you kind of have to. There's a period where I was kind of considering stop playing P99, and it was shortly after the guise of the Deceiver camp. Really, I kind of thought to myself, well, the thing is that everyone knows what to do. There are a lot more people that have got a lot more time to sit there camping stuff than I've got. You've got all these big guilds who have come over, who are doing their thing, claiming the camps and stuff. And that's kind of how the game is. That's how the game works. So I didn't want to get into sort of like it was like moaning about that, because that's the game. You know, what can you do? So I was seriously considering just stop playing. But I think for me, I kind of got into that mind. I've kind of get into that mindset of actually, Bob, you know, if you're going to carry on playing the game, you just got to realise what you can do and what you can't do. You know, in the previous video I was kind of talking about, give you some ideas on stuff to do about camping legacy items and stuff, but I kind of come to the realisation that's not a reality. You know, like I was kind of thinking, should I go over to the what's it called, Circlet of Shadows camp? But then kind of someone on the forums put a screenshot up of that camp and how it was working, and I thought to myself, it's just not, you know, unless I'm super lucky, it's just going to be a waste of my time, basically. So it's about reevaluating your goals and going from there. What I'll do to end this video is I'll come back and not much of a video, this one, but I just thought I'd do a little one today because I was feeling up to it. I'm kind of looking at, there's some goblins outside as well, but I'm not sure if he spawns out here. These are kind of roamy ones, but we'll see how it goes. One of those camps, obviously, where I think you kind of do something else while you're doing it, because there's a small chance of him spawning, and then there's probably a small chance of him having the ring or the totem, if that's what you're after. But yeah, what I'll do at the end of my gameplay is update you on how things went. Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. So I'm just finishing up at the camp, and it's been a good day. It's been a very good day. So first of all, I got some gloves, which I think are better than what my shaman's wearing currently. So Olga can have those. And then I have to say, Nico, not sure how you pronounce it, but just came along and gave me these, which is pretty amazing. And apparently they said that they're also the first pair that dropped on the server. So that's a princely gift. And I really do thank you for those. I'll be doing videos shortly where Olga will be sporting those, no question. I've got a slaver's whip, which I don't know what I'll do with. Nothing, probably. But I did get an earring, which will also be going to Olga, so he's had a great day. This is what I came for this. I also came for the totem thing, which I'm not sure if it's still available. But what I'm going to do to finish off my day today is I'll bring Olga here, and then tomorrow he'll log in and he'll have a go. I kind of handled it quite well, actually, with with my character. I think there was a couple of times where I got a couple of dobs at once. That was pretty hairy. Then for the earring there, I got a dob and then a grachnist. That was fun to deal with, but my pet held up really well, so it was good fun. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon.